Hello everybody, and welcome back to PSVR2 news, where today we're going to be going over the biggest events in PSVR2 over the last couple of days. Before we get into this, let's say thank you to our patrons and members, and if you feel like subbing to the channel, feel free to do so. Anyway, let's kick things off with PSVR2 Black Friday. As stated in yesterday's sale video, a bunch of games are on sale, but the main thing here is the fact that the PSVR2 is on sale for Black Friday at £100 off at PS Direct. Your local retailers will probably have it for a lower price as well, and chances are you'll get a better warranty deal with them than you will with Sony and PS Direct, to be honest. So I'd say go and pick one up if you've been eyeing it up. Actual PlayStation consoles, PS Plus subscriptions, and accessories are on sale there too. Some of these last until just before Christmas as well, so you have plenty of time to pick them up. We got an update from PSVR as the PSVR2 demo that we've been eagerly awaiting for this liminal space quote-unquote horror game, even though it has no enemies, will be getting its demo alongside launch, which is this coming week on the 25th. I've gotten in touch with the devs talking about this one. They've said that if they are doing review keys, they'll try and get one over to me. However, they seem a little bit uncertain about whether or not they are. The PS blog did put out an article about Pulse though, talking about this PS5 and PSVR2 integration. On the PSVR2 side of things, they elaborate that this version is a new custom version of the game, tailored directly for the hardware. It takes advantage of eye-track foveated rendering with maximum visual quality and performance, and confirming that it runs at 90 FPS without reprojection. They've completely rebuilt the game from the ground up, which is fantastic to hear. I'm assuming Sony have supported them in some way here, because I don't think they would have just done this out of the goodness of their own heart to get this port running, because I feel like getting back their money on that would be quite tough. But they've completely reworked the way that the water shaders actually work. We had problems on the PC port of Pulse VR when it came out, with the water shaders being different per eye and being really weird, and it seems like they've gone in from the ground up and rebuilt them for PS5 and PSVR2, which hopefully means that the water in this game looks amazing. The game also won't be split between purchases, so if you buy the PS5 version, you'll get the PSVR2 version with it, which is awesome. November 25th is the date for Pulse VR, and I'm very excited for it. It's a very liminal space vibe game where you just have to kind of explore, and there's no enemies or anything like that, but it still is a fantastic one to see come to the platform. Reach and Synapse are also bundled in on the PlayStation Store. You can now buy them both together, which is fantastic, both great games. Reach is slightly less polished than Synapse, but will give you a lot more runtime and a full linear story. And Synapse is one of the best roguelites on the headset, utterly fantastic. And the telekinesis in that with the eye-track foveated rendering is awesome. We had the launch of two PSVR2 games over the last couple of days. Roboquest, which I've been finding really fantastic. I covered the first couple of hours of impressions on the channel, and that's been super cool. It just feels very frantic and fluid in its gameplay. It is 60 FPS reprojected to 120 though, which is a little bit rough to see. But the amount of weapons, bosses, enemies, environments, and replay value in this roguelite is incredible. Flats VR have done an amazing job with this. The other game was Demeo X DnD Battle Marked. This is a Dungeons & Dragons tabletop style game that I talked about a couple of days ago as well. Super fantastic port by the Demeo devs. It did have a bit of a memory leak issue though. Unsure if that's been fixed for launch. I need to jump back in and check. But other than that, it's awesome. Really fun with friends, up to 4-player co-op, or you can play it on your own with full character sheets, skill checks, and story choices to make, just like actual D&D. Weirdly, Hitman has got a collaboration with another celebrity, one that I really didn't expect. We've had many in the past, like Sylvester Stallone, I think, and Lashif from Bond. This time it's Eminem. You go and kill Slim Shady. This is actually playable on PSVR2. It was a little bit confusing whether or not it would or wouldn't be, but it is. As with these elusive targets, I think you get one go. If you get past a certain point and then fail, you then will have to buy the DLC to play again later on. But you will get a free go, jump in, try and kill Eminem, see if that job goes off well. Super cool to see more celebrities kind of getting involved with this, and free DLC for the game. It is free for that first time that you play at least, so that's super cool to see for a game that already has an abundance of content. We also had the release of Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Phantom. This one I think shadow dropped in the store possibly. I did know about it a few days before, as I did get a code to play through the game. I enjoyed this interactive movie. It is an interactive movie and not a game, so you sit there and you watch it play out, you make decisions. Well, you make one proper decision really throughout the entire game, but you do interact with the battle scenes and dodging and stuff like that, and it is presented really well. The battles come across fantastically. If you'd like to know more, you can find the review on my channel. Main thing is though, it's unreprojected, which means that it runs buttery smooth and the fight scenes look super fluid, especially with the OLED blacks in the middle of space. Fantastic stuff with that. It has its problems, but I did really enjoy it as an anime fan, and I know nothing about Gundam, so I'm sure if you're a Gundam fan, you'll find a load to enjoy here. Two more AI slop games have turned up on the store, Sniper Warrior Elite VR and Fishing VR Simulator 26. Both of these are AI generated, at least from their artwork. Do not give these your money. They're like the truck driving simulator that we've seen and Grand Highway Rush Simulator. They are just awful. They're there to grab your money. They're meant to look like other games like Sniper Elite and Real Fishing or whatever. They're not proper games. They're not going to give you your money's worth. They're going to take your money and run away while laughing at you. So just ignore these. Don't buy them, please. Let Miles Dyer handle that. He always plays to the really awful games for our entertainment on his channel. But yeah, ignore these. They look terrible. The penultimate story for today is about Shadowgate that comes out on the 25th. It's been really quiet about this one. This is a port of the 2021 Steam VR game that is a port of the 1987 NES, Mac, Amiga, Atari, all sorts, basically. Fantasy adventure game. It's on mostly positive reviews on Steam at 72% positive. It's not too long, apparently, as I don't think the original game was that long, but hopefully it's the first of the series these to come over. That would be really cool. Not heard anything really from the PR or dev side of things yet. A little bit like Roboquest. Roboquest was very last minute. It was kind of the day before, like, here you go, here's the game. And I'm hoping it's not the same for this, but it might well be. I'll try and finish it in 1 or 2 sittings because it's only a couple hours long, and then I should have a review for launch day for you guys. So eyes forward towards that. That's going to be quite cool. That's also on the 25th, same day as Pools, so it's going to be another busy week next week, I think. Finally, we had a really cool development from What the Hopper, who is the person behind the dynamic foveated rendering implementation on PC for PSVR2. And they essentially jumped on Twitter and said that they've actually found code in the PSVR2 main binary, which is like the core of the headset, and managed to reverse it. And what they found there is that the eye tracking function used to be motorized. Early in the PSVR2 development cycle, they were playing around with motorization to the point where it is in the code there, which is super cool. Maybe a PSVR 3 could have this, like Vision Pro does, like the Galaxy XR, I think, has, and the Play for Dream MR has. That's an incredible development that I really kind of didn't see coming, and that's super, super cool that that's actually included there. Maybe it gives us an insight into the future of Sony's place in the VR market. It's a feature that was probably cut for budget, I imagine, but the fact that it had an auto-motorized IPD is something we've never heard of before, and opens up, yeah, maybe a look into the future for Sony. The other side of this is that the fact that What the Hopper has gotten into the binary core of the headset means that they'll discover a whole new bunch of other things that maybe they can latch onto in the PCVR space and unlock the potential of some of this headset, depending on what's in there. We just don't know. That, though, is a fantastic little development that I found really interesting into kind of an insight of where Sony went before actually deciding on having normal manual IPD, which I'm assuming, again, for cost. I don't know how much it would inflate the cost, but PSVR 2 at launch was already criticized for its price, even though it is a fantastic headset for the price and is a steal at its current Black Friday price too. But yeah, I think that would have probably added a bit too much in there, but really cool to see that. Well done, What the Hopper. Keep on going, because they're finding awesome stuff. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.